Hey, what's up? What's going on? Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It would be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. So we're going to be talking about Tiffany Haddish. So she was at a party this weekend or the other day, and someone she got into an argument with, but she won't say who she got into an argument with. She won't say, who the person was, but we know it was a female that she got into an argument with, and she was very upset, and she wanted to, lay hands on her, as they say. But she wanted to smack somebody. She wanted to knock some sense into them because they were being disrespectful in a public area, in a public place, and also in a professional type of setting, even though it was out at a bar because it was the elites around. So anyways, she was getting upset, she was getting mad or whatever, and she says that she's not at liberty to say who this person was when she was doing her interview about the situation. And she actually just said that she was like, I was really mad, she was really was going to be going down. And Beyonce walked up to her and said, hey, just chill out, have a good time, have fun. And then Tiffany said, well, I'm about to fight this bitch. And she was like, have fun, Tiffany. And then I said, I am going to have fun only if you take a selfie with me. And she ended up getting a selfie with none other than Beyonce. And Beyonce came and rescued the day. Whoever that person was going to get it from Tiffany Haddish. But Beyonce came and rescued the day. And it's just like, damn, they did a selfie together. So we're going to see, Tiffany Haddish has her own, she's an actress, she's a comedian, she does stand up, she writes books and all that other good stuff. And she has her own accolades. But standing next to Bey is just going to make it even blow up even more, because Bey always stands next to people that are going to blow up, because Bey stand next to Barty B this summer, and then look where Barty B's at. Jay-Z and Beyonce knew who the stars are and who was going to get that glow up, and Tiffany Haddish definitely got the glow up. And then Tiffany Haddish was also surprised that Beyonce knew who she was or whatever. Beyonce was like, I'm Beyonce. She was like, I know who you are. And then Beyonce said to her, well, I think you're very funny, Tiffany. And Tiffany Haddish was shocked that Beyonce knew who she was. Nah, Beyonce stays up on game. She stays up on who's popping, who's doing good, and who's making some noise out here and these Hollywood streets, these internet streets. And so now we learned that Beyonce is a fan of Tiffany Haddish. Now, if only Monique can just call Beyonce and get a selfie with her, or if Monique could actually call Tiffany Haddish and just try to make new friends, you know what I mean, out with the old friends and end with the new friends, because Tiffany Haddish right now is a crossover actor. She's a crossover actress, like a crossover comedian. She's liked by all different races all over the world. She crossed over. She's not just singled out in one audience. She's a crossover. So maybe I know people will say it's bad for Tiffany Haddish brand, but if she can lift a finger for Monique, or if Beyonce can lift a finger for Monique, because Beyonce really doesn't have anything to lose, because no one's going to close the doors on Beyonce. But it might not be a good move for Tiffany Haddish. But for Beyonce, give Monique a call, take a selfie with her, you know what I'm saying, do a video with her. Jada Pinkett came out here speaking up for Monique, and also the other comedian, I can't think of her name, Wanda Sykes, she came out speaking up for Monique or whatever. So I was just like, damn, Beyonce stopped the skirmish, stopped something from happening, So that was cool to hear about as well. But then also in the interview, Tiffany Haddish also talks about, doing Groupon or whatever. And, she's being their biggest fan. And she's been promoting them for like 8 years. And she's been promoting them and talking about them and everything. And she finally gets that call. Her people tell her that Groupon wants to, make her the spokesperson. Tiffany Haddish was running around, writing skits and writing like different things to come to the table with. And it was like, oh no, we already got it all set. Don't worry about it. And, so, she was like, one of her skit was bringing celebrities, with Groupon and going to different places, going places to eat or whatever, and just showing how to do the Groupon or whatever. So it seems like she's ready to work, and she's been ready to work, and she's already coming up with her ideas and things like that, even before she gets to the table. And she's really souped about, being in a Super Bowl ad for the Super Bowl or whatever, because she said she has done a lot of Super Bowl commercials, but they never got posted. They never got, lifted. And she's done 4 or 5, and she'll be watching the TV hoping to see herself, and she didn't see herself. And now she knows that she's actually going to be featured in a Super Bowl ad or commercial. So she's super about that and she worked hard for it. But also, there was some people giving Tiffany Haddish just last week some backlash, talking about, her enunciations at the, nominee, and basically at the Oscar nominations, like, saying their names or whatever, and people was giving her slack. People were saying, oh, she boggled their name, she messed up their name, she tore up their name, she did this, she did that. Oh my God, it's so awful. And these people waited all their life to hear their names called, and she just total butchered their name and stuff like that. So people was going in and saying negative things about her. And then Tiffany Haddish responded in this interview, and she responded saying that, the night before, she had just flew in from Africa, and she just got home, and she was working on a bunch of other projects as well. And then on top of that, she was trying to, study the names or whatever. And at 12 midnight, the people from the Oscars came to pick her up. And then on top of that, she didn't get any sleep. She was tired. She was exhausted. And she doesn't speak, foreign languages very well, but she does speak Japanese, and she does speak a little bit of Spanish. But she said the names were all like Italian or Italy names and had so many vowels, and it was just hard for her to pronounce them. And she said, you know what, she made a mistake. And she was like, who doesn't make a mistake? And she said she saw all the tweets, and she saw people saying this, and she said she thought that she was in a kill skit. She thought that she was in, like, one of these skits that they were doing. And she really just felt like, damn. But you know what? She had to tell herself that, I love you. You did a good job. You're wonderful. She had to tell herself that. And she also brought herself back to to her childhood, saying that, you know what? I never thought I would be here right now. So, you know what? I'm happy I'm here. And, as a child, I never thought that I would have this, I would have that. I would actually be invited to the party and be at the party and be a members of the parties. And so she she had to just keep moving. She just had to keep going. And she just brings herself back to when she was a child and when she was in foster care, and think about them feelings and think about where she had came from. And she just let it go, and she brushed the dust off her shoulders, and she flies above the haters. So basically, I was like, damn, like, that's some real shit when she says that, when people, down her, especially like if she makes a mistake or whatever, that she has to, she brings herself back. She humbles herself back. She's already humble, but she humbles and think about where she came from and where she's at now. And she's singing that song, Ain't No Stopping Us Now. So she's on that level. So that was the update with Tiffany Haddish. I haven't heard anything about Tiffany Haddish's husband or anything like that. Like, there hasn't been any more her ex-husband. It hasn't been any more information released about that situation. So I don't know what's going on with that. But a lot of people are saying that there's some type of blackmail going on, or that he's trying to blackmail her and things like that, and he's trying to stick her up for the pockets. That's what a lot of people are saying. I don't know. I'm waiting to hear if anything's just going to pop. But you know what? Tiffany Haddish ain't waiting for nothing to pop, but her career is popping. And she's also talking about, she met up with Barbara Streisand. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch wants to do some work with her. And she also talks about, a lot of people that want to work with her. Like, she walks up to people, she gets into conversations, and they want to work with her. They have ideas, they want to do things with her. So basically, she's elated by the opportunities that she has, and just making the right choices and the right decisions, that she can't worry about the haters. She flies above them. So peace. I'm out. One love.